welcome to JagMod. Today we are going to put the bushings in the radius arms. I've got a couple of tools. This is the official Jaguar tool, or Jaguar, excuse me. I own them and I said it wrong. Yikes. Anyway, the way this works is there's a ledge on here. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a ledge and it fits over the top of this, like that. Now the other thing about these radius arms, and when you push them out, you want to push them out from that side, and you can see how it's kind of got a bigger lip on it than this does, and that's because there's a lip here. And don't do like I did and push it off through that lip and it just kind of wears it out, but it'll seat, the bushing will seat up against this lip. Learn that the hard way. Right and left, I have no idea. I hope not, because I have no idea which side came off of which. Bummer. Anyway, this is the bushing. Now the factory specs, see how it has holes in it? Well, the factory says that it's supposed to go in like this, so the holes are perpendicular to the length of the radius arm. Now, rumor has it you can put it in 90 degrees, and that's kind of what they did with the XJS Sport Packs. I don't know that for sure. That's what I've been told by numerous Jag owners, but me being the chicken shit that I am, I will put it this way because I don't want to do this again. Alright, so how's this tool work? Well, you put it over this like that, and it kind of sets on that lip so it's not going anywhere. And then you've got this thing that fits, well, shit, it's supposed to fit. This thing is kind of hammered. Yeah, it's kind of hammered. Anyway, this is supposed to fit in here and go all the way down. And then this fits over the top and you push the bushing through like this. Now the sleeve here is supposedly to make sure that you don't push the bearing in, or push the bushing in cockwise or sideways, or don't get it even. Anyway, anybody that's ever used a press, I would think they've been smart enough. Now, judging by the hammer's marks, it looks like people have banged this in rather than actually used a press. Now, that's for the big end. If you haven't got one of those, like when I pushed these out, I didn't have this. I borrowed this from the North American Jag Club. You give them a chunk of money and they let you use it, and then you send it back and they give you some money back. That's the way that works. So they have two of them. This is the bush. This is for, well, we've already talked about the big end. That's the big end. And then here's the small end. And same thing. It's got that lip on it, but this one's kind of hammered. And so supposedly it's supposed to fit on here like that. And the bushing, of course, this has seen better days because the bushing doesn't really fit in here. At least that one doesn't. What about this one? Oh, fuck. Yeah, I can push it in, but I'm afraid if I do, I'll regret it. So, in theory, you stick this over the top to make sure you get it in straight, and then this sits on the top of it. See how it's kind of got that recess so you don't push on that, which that's kind of cool. And then you run that pin through, and the pin keeps the top part from buggering off and sticking in you or the wall. So then you just kind of set that all up and push it through. Now, what do you do if you don't have the special tool, like I didn't? Well, this is just a standard fixture for like a bottom of a post. It's a plumbing fixture, I think. Anyway, what I did is I took and I ground the corners off so it would fit in here. Now I kind of ground a little bit too much off. I kind of screwed that one up. But if you push it, actually no, I didn't. I did right. So, because when you're taking these out, remember this has a lip on it, so this is thicker than this side, and this has kind of got a bevel to it. Ow, shit. Son of a bitch. I just got a metal sliver. Ow. Anyway, so you're going to want to push this out from this side. So this, what I did is I just hit it with the grinder. See how I ground the edges off? Actually, I did it with a belt sander. I didn't grind it. But anyway, so I just ground a little bit off, tested it, ground a little bit more off, tested it until it would fit. So then that sits on top of this. And so this is the bottom, so you want to put it in like this. Now, there's a space, and you really don't want to press on that. So what I did is I just took a couple pieces of aluminum. You could take some steel if you wanted to and cut a hole in it. And then take this and sandwich it like that, and that way it's pressing on that, but yet it's the pressure is even around the circumference of it. So that's what I did. I've already had these in once, but I was showing, all proud and everything, showing the members of the Jag Lovers Forum about, oh hey, check this out, I got them out, now I got the new ones in, but I had them in cockeyed. And then everybody that said, well, that's interesting, usually they put it in this way, or they put it in this way for the support pack or sport back. And it's like, well, shit. So I had to press it back out. And actually it was this one here, you can see the press marks. And fortunately, it came out without a hitch, and I didn't even screw it up. No torn, yeah, tickled pink, hot dog. Now, on the big one, again, it's recessed. I'll probably use this to push that in just because, well, just because, you know, it's like, why do dogs lick their balls? Well, because they can. Well, I can, so I'm going to use this. Anyway, so those are those pieces. Now, the question is like I said, what do you do if you don't have one? This is how I got it out. Again, I was replacing the bearing, so I just stuck this right on top of it and just pushed it and didn't really care whether or not I was going to bugger that up. I'm going to make a piece, I'm going to cut up a piece of steel that I'm going to lay over the top of it so I can actually do that proper. Alright, so so how did I get the other bushings out? Well, I used a socket. I used this, and it fit right on the edge of it, and I put this in the press like this and just popped it out. Alright, so I'm going to put a little bit of anti-sneeze on here. I've already got that one done, so I'm going to do this one. I just took a little teeny tiny bit like this and just kind of rubbed it in, and real fine coating. Like I said, I just want it enough so it doesn't rust. So anyway, that is in like that. Hope I don't regret this. Alright, so I mean it's pretty and shiny. So anyway, just a little teeny tiny bit, and do the same thing with this side. This side still has a little bit of rust on it. Oh shit, I want to get this on my nice shirt. Alright, so just kind of put that on like that, just kind of rub it in. And I mean, it's just a little teeny tiny bit. I mean, I'm not coating this stuff, I'm just putting a little bit of slick surface so when you stick it in, it's not dry. We all know how that sucks. Makes for a miserable experience. So, anyway, just kind of just trying to get this in the camera. I'm not doing a very good job of it. I'll get it in the camera and also so I can see. So just put a little bit more. Look for a little bit of a dry spot, like right here. And just kind of rub your finger all the way around. And I put a little on that leading edge to kind of give a little bit of a head start. Wipe that crap off. Put the cap on it so I don't squirt it all over the place. Alright, let's head out to the shop. Now that we got it on there straight, there we go. Alright, so I'm not going to, I'll push it pretty much almost all the way through, but we've got that that sleeve in the center that is going to hit that piece of steel, and we really don't want that to happen. So I'm gonna, when I get it in a little bit farther, I'll pull that piece of steel off. So there we go. Look at that. Oh baby. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right. So I think that's in far enough with that, and I'll just kind of back this off. See, if I had a nice piece of steel with a hole in the center of it, it wouldn't be a big deal, but I don't. So, you piss with the cock you got. Alright, so let's pull this out, and we'll just kind of push it up against the 2x4s, which should be fine. Just kind of pinch that in there like that. Okay, like that. And one more time with feeling. Yeah. So you're probably thinking, well, you've got those two big ass pieces of steel right underneath it. Why don't you use it, right? Well, yeah, that would be the smart thing to do, but I didn't powder coat these. These are just painted, and I don't want them to get, I don't have to repaint them, which I'll probably have to do anyway after the fact. But anyway, there we go. So the thing about it is the hard part is getting it started. Once it's started, it's not a big deal. And bam, there you are. Let's just make sure that it's in there straight and all the way. So, alright, let's just kind of pull that out. That looks good. Well, maybe just a smidge. Well, it's in there a little cockeyed, is it? Maybe just a little. So, I don't know. That looks pretty damn good. I'm gonna call that good. Alright, now for the other side. This one, we're going to do this one right now. Right now we're going to do this one. So, oh, I left all that stuff in the house, so be right back. Okay, so this is supposed to be really easy. Easy peasy. Just take a few minutes and bam, done. that isn't appearing to be the case. Alright, now that it's started, it appears to be going in straight. Maybe not. Okay, we kind of hit a, I don't know if we're out of throw on our tool. No, we're almost in. Alright, so let's look at the bottom. Alright, that one's in. For the love of God, what a pain in the ass that was. Well, it's not quite in straight. I don't have a gap there, but I do there, so. There's my little socket. Some more steel. There we go. I mean, sometimes you just don't know when to quit. This is probably one of those times. Alright, let's just back this off. See what I did. Just a smidge more on this side. And you know when you hit the rim because it gets hard all of a sudden. That's got a booger on it. It's still not quite there. Yeah, there we go. That one's done. One down, one more to go. Alright, we finally got all these pressed in. This one's in. The bottom of it's butted up against that ridge. I actually took it out and repressed it so this was parallel because I knew it was going to bother me. And every time I looked at it, I think, why didn't I do that right? I spared you the agony of me having to, for you guys to have to watch me do this one. And they're both in. So next is U-joints for the half shafts and the races for the carrier. So that'll be in our next video. Just want to thank you guys for watching, and if you find this helpful, give me a thumbs up and share it with your Jag buddies. Jag Mods signing out. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching.